There's been a huge amount of news flow from the sector in recent days, a lot of shifting sands around investors and the sort of performance we're also witnessing. Can I ask you first up what it's going to take to survive the next wave, given we're seeing some of the pandemic trends continue, but also a normalization in consumer patterns around restaurants and cafes?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Well, I would say, firstly, if there's a step up in COVID cases or new strains of coronavirus, then this is going to keep users using food delivery platforms for the foreseeable future. But I mean, why we're still bullish on the food delivery sector as a whole is that penetration rates and order frequency still remain at very low values. We think that there's considerable upside to these numbers. And we've seen a huge transformation in food delivery over the last 24 months, with these businesses gaining rapid scale, onboarding a huge number of restaurants, and now looking to use subscription services to time consumers. So even as coronavirus eases and we return to some form of normality, we think there's still a lot of room for growth in the sector.
Sam, I was pouring through the HelloFresh numbers when they crossed the tape this morning, and you could see a clear jump in active customers. So still picking up a lot of subscribers. The number of orders also going up as a result. But the problems in the business, you could see that the orders per customer and the average order value went down, which is impacting margins. But also as the company has to step up market expenses, you get a sense that this time last year, people were flocking to these platforms because they wanted to get food delivered. Now they have to spend money marketing to try and attain those customers. How widespread are these themes across the industry?
Yes, well, this isn't something we're seeing in just delivery names, but also in streaming and e-commerce. But Uber gave a sort of similar story last week when they said that they'd seen still high levels of user engagement and active consumer numbers. But what we could see in the numbers was there was clearly a slowdown in incremental users coming to the platform. But as I said, these services are becoming increasingly prominent in our lives with the rise of younger generations who love the time-consuming services. And these services are just becoming better and more integrated into our lives. There's been a real push by some of the delivery names to increase the number of use cases. So when you think about food delivery names, they've really made efforts to onboard breakfast, lunch, snack, coffee, grocery, local delivery use cases so that they can engage with the consumers on a more regular basis.